As I'm sure all of us have done, or many of us have done, I've gone through a period where I watch, and I still do some, but I watch a lot of people talking about finances, like how to achieve wealth, whatever that means, in your life on YouTube. And start to realize that they all have, some of them have differing messages, like they all have different ways of going about it. Now, I'm not going to go into those specific people because I think what I wanted to talk about was those different messages. Some people say you just play it safe, you save, and which they're not the more popular ones, because I think most people are looking for this quick thing that's gonna make them loaded, these exaggerated situations. But some people's, the ones I'm talking about, say play it safe and get a 401k and just work and don't spend your money in wildly and everything's gonna be great. But like I'm gonna mention one of them, Dave Ramsey. I was listening to him at a time, and he would always, he's kind of a play it safe kind of guy, and he released a study, which, by the way, I could not find to read, so I'm a little skeptical of it. But in the study, it found that these people who were millionaires, which, by the way, a millionaire is just somebody whose assets minus liabilities equals $1 million, which is not as much as you think it is. But he was interviewing them for how they achieved this. But I don't think that this is what people are looking for anymore, or if they ever were, honestly. When you think about the American dream, if you will, or just any dream across the world, what people want differs between cultures and individuals, but specifically in a place like America, North America, USA, we don't just want to play it safe, if you will. We don't just want the house, a few like a small amount of children, because you can't have a lot. That's playing it dangerously. Not a bunch of things for those said kids, wife, or yourself, and no trips, no doing the most. So and then you have others like Grant Cardone who have said some drastic things, like he says drastic things, and he sort of like, you don't just want to stop at this low level because that's like not enough. It's not enough. He don't play it too safe because it's not enough money. And so I often think about these things. And for myself, I want a lot of stuff. And not even just financially, you need to like really get active and get out there if you want more than enough. I don't think that most people have the potential to be just okay today by if you just look at the evidence, this is the case. But most people aren't thinking about that. They are not thinking about being just okay anymore. They are thinking about how far can I take this, or they're not thinking about it at all. And they're just saying it. But when they think about the things they want basically everything. And I feel like that's the right attitude to have. I was watching a podcast. I can't remember which one it was, but the guy was like, he was talking about wanting a lot. Like, there's something wrong with it. Like, there's such a thing as excess, if you will. Like, everybody talks about really, really rich people like Elon Musk or something. Like, why do you have that much money? You'll never spend all that in your lifetime. And the thing is, that's never even been the case. It is literally spent past your lifetime. All the time. Money that it never just sits. It is spent after you die. Either by, in Elon Musk's case, it'll be like, if it's not being spent by his family members, it is being spent by the business itself, which is just going to keep making money for either his family members or somebody else. It doesn't just stay. So I often find it ignorant and a bit ridiculous when people say things like that. Like the whole idea of not, I just want to do enough. I don't want to, I don't need, or it's like better or good to not try to get too much. Uh, there's been a lot of videos and articles floating around for several years now, like a lot of years, basically implying that the American dream, if you will, or potential to make it is like dwindling or disappearing or it doesn't exist. And the thing is that that is not true. I've already spoken about this, but when people, this is the same idea that people have about when people say anything about doing things in entertainment and sports, they are like, the chances are so slim you'll never make it. So why even bother with that when you could bother with something where the chances are higher that you'll make it, or whatever that means, because it means different things to different people. But it's definitely not dead, and you can definitely do quite a lot. One of the things that sounds like, one of the things that would help you, and it sounds crazy because a lot of people are saying the opposite, but this is not the case. One of the things that would help is not thinking that you have to do this thing by yourself. In a lot of cases, you won't be able to, and it, like, thinking about my specific situation, if I wanna make a TV show, which I would be interested in doing, the idea that I would be able to do that by myself is ridiculous. Not in the amount of time that you want to get things done. A lot of people are like, oh, well, if you get whatever it is done, it doesn't matter about how much money you make, when you got it done, or how long it took. It just matters that you got it done. This is complete nonsense. That's like, it's like an excuse. Now everybody's saying the opposite these days, like this basically, don't trust anything, you're on your own. And it's not the vibe, like, at all. I can't learn every skill. I just can't. I don't have time for it, and I don't particularly want to. So I need to find a way to get some help. This sounds a little weird, but obviously you don't want to throw everything into something that's so risky that you risk like your entire life, if you will, but on something that may or may not get that extra thing in your life. But you don't want to limit yourself either. If you listen to like primarily, and they're not even talk about the financial stuff primarily, but people like conservatives, tend to, even though they are not doing this, by the way, Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, they're doing as much as they can to make as much money as they can. Like, they're doing a lot of stuff. They preach this sort of mediocre, or not mediocre, but play it very safe, and you'll do okay. And statistically, playing it super safe is like the best way to make sure you're okay. But the thing is that what these people have, and they have a lot, requires you to not play it too safe. Requires you to do something extra. Either with your time or your money. And they are not considering that, because even though I feel like this is the culture right now. Most people are thinking about that extra. They're not thinking about just being okay, just making sure that because that okay, that $1 million status is not good enough, if you will. It's okay, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I feel like everybody recognizes that what they want is way, 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 way more. And me personally, there's things that I want that I feel like would require way, 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 way more. Like, I think that these people like Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, and all these conservative guys, they're like not living in reality when they talk about this like this. When they talk about what is valuable in life, if you will. They're not considering all of it. Like, it's fine if I'm just okay, but I want to be great, not just okay.